Hello everyone and good morning and welcome to a new stream. Today, as you can see in the video title, we'll be flying from Thessaloniki to Corfu, and in the PA-28 Dakota, the freeware aircraft that is available for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So without any further introductions, let's start the flight. Sorry, I'm a little bit I have something in my throat apparently this morning, but where is so yeah, this is the Piper Dakota. I saw it on some live streams of other YouTubers, and quite interesting. It's the first time I'm flying it, so I don't know, if anything bad happens, bear with me over here. So let's see, I do not have any checklists for it. I'll just go with it, see how it goes. Okay, so let's close up the doors over here. Be good now. And let's see here, I should actually set up some views. This should be one of them. And down here, like this, something like this should be okay. No, down something like this. And let me set up a view also for the and I don't know, something like this, or a left view, and something like this for our right. Okay, so controls are good, and let me also check the rudders. Good, and flight control, full left, full right, up, down. Good. So what do we have here? Let's turn on electrical pitch trim. I don't know how that one works, but we'll see. So I don't know, let's see. First turn on the battery. No, actually let's check the fuel. How did we check the fuel in this one? I believe it's like this. Aircraft information, no. Flight performance, mass and balance, fuel. Okay, let's set 2040. Let's set 40 over here as well. And let's put 190 over here and 0 over here. Okay, and let's load the aircraft. No, this should be set to 0. Lot of first seats, okay. I think it's good. Okay. So fuel and payloads are check. Parking brake, I think it is set. Yes, it is. Landing gear is down. This aircraft does not have a retractable landing gear. Avionics are off. Mixture is off. Magnetos are off. Battery should be set to on. And we have fuel. Good. Flight controls we have already checked. Flaps are up. and trim is set to neutral. Okay. And doors are closed. So, and for the engine start, let's set the fuel selector to the left tank first of all. I hope you can hear the sound of the aircraft. If not, please let me know. Then anti-collision light be set to on. Mixture we should set to full reach. Propeller to full. Throttle, give it a little bit of throttle. Starter, let's see here. So both and start. Okay, so we have a good engine start. Good. And the alternator can now come on, and also let's turn on the avionics over here, and I will import. Let's do. No, I will first. Let's do the barrel using our magic button. Oil pressure is in the green, oil temperature is in the green, amps are good, fuel tanks are good. Let's reduce to 1000 while we wait over here. Okay, then let's set up the GPS. And also set this to VFR. Does this work? Apparently not. So let's set 7.5 here and set it to standby. And let's wait for the GPSs. Again, I hope you can hear me over the engine sound. I will actually turn up a bit for myself. While we wait for the GPSs to start to fire the position actually. Okay, so for our flight plan, let me quickly import the route from the web. I created a route over here. So this is Thessaloniki to Corfu. Download it and check it. That looks good, that looks good, that looks good. And what's up with this? Cruise altitude cannot be reached. Please set a lower altitude. I think we can reach 8500. I hope we can reach 8500. Anyway, send to avionics. And regarding our departure, we'll take off from 08 no sorry, from 28, from runway 28, which is exactly behind us. So let's set up the heading to 279. 00 280 279. I'm curious about one thing, but no, I think we will taxi. Let us check outside. We'll taxi just like that and take off runway 28 is right over here. So yeah, I think we're good to go. Alright. Alright. Let's release the parking brake. And we're good. We'll stop at the start of the runway to do our ground checks. Runway 28. Let's sit here and do our ground checks. So propeller full throttle, let's set to 2000. And right mag 150 drop there, left mag around 150 as well. Both temperatures and pressures all in the green, it looks like. And let's exercise the propeller. It also looks good. And we can reduce to 1000 RPM. Okay. So the fuel selector is on the fullest tank. We'll leave it on the left for now. Magnetos are checked. Pitot heat. Okay, let's turn it on. Alternate air is closed. Mixture is rich. Propeller is full. Avionics are set. Trim is set. Flaps will take off without any flaps today. I see how this aircraft behaves. Again, it's my first time flying it. Transponder is set and we should already set it to alt. Okay. And landing lights should be set to on, and also I think the fuel pump can come on. And let me check over here. So takeoff checklist: fuel on proper tank, electric fuel pump on, engine gauges checked, carburetor heat off. I think it's off. Yeah, off. Back erect, primer set locked. Okay, it's good. Mixture is set, propeller is set, fasten seat belts, flaps are set, trim tab is set, controls free, door latched, and air conditioning is off. Air conditioning? We have air conditioning on this aircraft? Where is it? I don't know what this does. Electric pitch trim. Let's leave it off for now and we'll see. Oh, air conditioning, air conditioning. I don't see any air conditioning over here. Anyways, so yeah, takeoff checklist is done. It's an interesting way to have this the checklists and the power settings over here on the sun visor. Really handy in my opinion. Okay, so parking brake off and let's go. All clear on the approach and all clear on the runway. Again, first time flying this aircraft. Hope we do not crash into a mountain or something. And let's go. I think 70 is a good takeoff speed. Takeoff. I quite like the way it took off. We'll climb to around 1000 feet. Actually 2000 feet and stay there for a bit. Let me correct this heading. And I think I can reduce the throttle around 2400 or something along those lines. And we are stable-ish. Let's turn on the autopilot and straight away it's on roll mode. Perfect. And let's set nav on the autopilot. It should line us up with the route here. Okay, we are still climbing, that's good. Let's see how this works, if the autopilot works in this thing. The altitude select actually. So if I press Alt at 2500, let's see if it stops climbing. Alright, now. Yeah, stops climbing. Perfect. Let's now try something else over here. So for example, I should, so if I set 500 like this, doesn't do anything. Okay, because we are at 2500. Let's check the altitude to set the altitude to 3500 and arm it, and vertical speed to 1000, let's say. Okay, apparently this works pretty well. Let's see if it stops at 3500. Quite a kind of sporty aircraft. It's much better in climb than the PA-28 Arrow from Just Flight. I don't know if that's more realistic or not, but that's how I feel right now. Okay, so we are closing on 3500. And yes, it stops at 3500. Nice. Very nice. And let's check here if at 3500 we should have 65. Let's go with 65% rated. Let's go 2300 on the propeller. Actually we can go 2200 and on the propeller, and 20.7 manifold pressure, so around over there. Okay, looking good. Okay, now I want to see if I can find the frequency. No, not here. I don't think this works. Or it works, but I cannot see the distance over here. So let's try like this. Okay, so 110.6, 110.6, 10.5 nautical miles. Whoa, nice. Looking very good. Stable at 3500. We will start climbing a little bit further away. We have a minimum safe altitude of 8500 until very much closer to Corfu, so yeah. Nice, until now I quite like this aircraft. Let's take an outside look of it. And of course we forgot something, the fuel pump and the landing lights can now come off. No flaps were used on takeoff, so at least there's that. as you can see on my other screen. So with Corfu from Thessaloniki, we'll be flying towards the Alexandria VOR over here that I tuned 110.6, then go on to Kozani VOR and overfly the mountains on to Ioannina VOR, then Kerkira, which is in the southern part of the Corfu Island, and depending on time we'll see if we can do a VFR tour of the island, of the Corfu Island. I'm thinking at Kerkira VOR I will turn left and take a tour of the island like this on the western part and on the northern part, and then come into land at the airport. Miles to go. I can have to take a left turn on a heading of 229 degrees. And I think once we do that, we will also start climbing to 8,500. But let's just make the turn first. Turning left in 5 seconds. Let's see how that goes. And it goes quite well, I have to say. Again, I'm quite liking this aircraft until now. It's freeware, so, or at least freeware for the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 users. I have another question. I don't know what this stands for. So electric pitch trim. Let's set it on. See if it behaves differently. I set it off. I don't quite see any difference how it behaves, at least for now. And I have another question. How do I set nav and GPS sources? So from here, but from here there's no actual button to switch between nav 1 and nav 2 and GPS and stuff. I don't see any switch that does that. So I guess it's the only way to do it from here. Yeah. Okay, let's start climbing to 8,500 because those mountains look pretty pretty close now. So 8,500 and vertical speed, let's set to 500. Let's see if that's enough to clear them. This flight should take us around 1 hour and 30 minutes. So it's not that long of a flight. We're climbing nicely. Let's see the window open. Yeah, it does. What this aircraft does not have is a tablet, apart from the default one, of course. But apart from that, there is no other tablet in it, or at least I do not see any other. And I guess it does not have any circuit breakers, but that's okay, at least. Yeah, so nice aircraft, what can I say? I think I will quite use it on my GA flights. I have to get that what is it called, Aerostar from A2A. Not necessarily my thing. GA aircraft, a twin motor, twin engine GA aircraft, but I will have to try it at some point. Let me also check what is the Kozani VOR frequency. So 109.6 109.6 26 miles. anybody knows how the electric pitch stream works, and actually if it works, please let me know. I'm very curious to find out. In the meantime, I will also check what is the landing runway for our destination. So apparently the METAR says winds 110 at 8 knots. Scattered clouds, QNH 1009 and 30 degrees. So wind prefers runway 16. So the one coming from the north. Okay. Quite works with our plan to tour the island a bit, I think. Okay, 7,000 feet. We are almost at our destination, sorry, our desired altitude, cruise altitude, 8,500. Oh, what's happening with our speed over there? Timed a little bit too much too fast. Glad I checked it before we had an incident. We are 18 miles from our next VOR. So there it is, 8,500, and let's check our table for 8,500. Let's go with 65%. Yes. So 2005 2300 over here, 1000 or 2003. Like that, and 19.9. So something like that. We should be good to go. And let's also check our mixture. So if we reduce this until it feels rough, doesn't feel rough. I think they have to work a bit on that mixture thing. Okay. Okay, there it goes a little bit rough, but I don't quite trust it. Let's go with a setting somewhere over here in the middle. Safer, I think. Oh, interesting. Also have a checklist over here. It's the first time I noticed that. So takeoff checklist, fuel and proper. Haha, nice. And the landing checklist over here. So what are they referring to when they're saying air conditioner? Air conditioner must be off to ensure normal takeoff and climb performance. Okay, oh, so this is set to off, it lift to activate, or Okay. So it is an off and on position. Ah, okay. This is the heat, and probably this is the, I don't know, actual air conditioner. Okay. Five miles to our next TOR. Then we should have 9 nautical miles to the Ioannina. By the way, let me show you this. So I started a new career in APL V2, and this is oh, okay, a video clone test account. Yeah, this is my other test account. So this is the new career that I started. So I applied to a bunch of jobs. Of course, I was rejected by Lufthansa, EasyJet Europe, and Austrian, but I was accepted by Edelweiss Air and Austrian Airlines. And Wizz Air. Also, Iberojet Fly One and Griffon and Sky Express Greece offered me a job. So I thought I would say no to Sky Express Greece because we are already doing these PA flights in Greece, so I'm not willing to accept that airline. Griffon Airlines, I don't. Oh, they're in the Caribbeans apparently, but I don't plan on accepting that offer. Fly One is another interesting one. They have the headquarters in Chișinău, Moldova, close by to Romania. This is an interesting one. Iberojet, this is also a valid option, but I think they have too few routes that I can fly with the A320. So the other options are Edelweiss and Wizz Air, and I think I will go with Wizz Air because they have a lot of interesting routes and a lot of interesting hubs that we can try out, including Otopeni Airport in Romania. So yeah, they have a lot of flights, and we can also fly the A320, the 321, and the 321 Neo from FS Labs, which I actually did not purchase, but I will purchase it if we start this career to actually fly that one, or Edelweiss, which is interesting as well because it has an A359, so they have a P50 aircraft which we can use on our longer routes. I think I will go. I'll start with Wizz Air. But let me know in the comments or in the chat if you have any other ideas. Again, this is for the APL V2 career that I'm planning to do on the channel. There will be a separate playlist for that, so I'm planning something like three playlists. One for GA aircraft, for GA flights like this one that we're doing right here. One for random airliner flights, and another playlist for my APL career. So yeah, let me know if you have any ideas on what offer to accept over here, and we'll see what we'll do from there. Okay, so we have passed the Kozani VOR, so we should now switch to monitoring or tracking, at least, let's say. The Ioannis VOR, it's on 108 decimals. Ioannis VOR identified, a radial of 048 and 51 miles. After Ioannis VOR, we can also start descending first to, I don't know, let's say 4,500 feet, and then even lower for our tour of the Corfu island. Did you try this aircraft? Did any of you try this aircraft? Again, I quite like it, to be honest. I know it's not, of course, it's not study level, let's call it, but I think it's interesting. It's easy, it's quite straightforward, and momentarily I enjoy it. I forgot to put on music for this flight, this cruise, but next time. Approaching VNAV profile. Okay. We are on the VNAV profile. Anyway. I might also do a stream early, later this evening with an airliner. Again, I'm thinking either do the career playlist tonight or a random flight. I'll see how I feel later. But yeah, I'll keep you posted. Oh, okay. So interesting. If I change the mode from GPS to VLOC on nav 2, it actually changes this one. But why does it say 2 instead of from? Let me check. So if we are going 228 on the other side, that is 230, that is okay. And if I change this to the actual Ioannina viewer, so 8.6, 108 and change that. This is from, okay, and we are 228, 228, it should change to 2. Yes. Okay, 230 is here, and we are on actual heading on 228. So this is nav 2. Okay. And this is nav 1. Okay. And I think now we can switch to the other tank. That. And actually I did not do that properly. I should have started the fuel pump, switched, then switched the fuel pump off again. That's the correct way to do it, I believe. What's happening outside? There's some mountains ahead of us, but temperature is 19, 18, 19 degrees, something like that. Okay. Okay. Hello, hello. How are you? I understand you are free from duties today. Tomorrow should be better, as I understand it. Yeah, I did get a call and I was informed that you don't have any duties today. Maybe on Thursday or Friday. My god, you guys did not leave any likes on this video. Please remember to leave a like. Ah, okay. Feel free. But remember that on Friday I am not, I will be out of town. But Friday afternoon. Why unfortunate? Did you wanted to stay until Friday? You can stay until Friday. Let's see here, 23 miles until Ioannis. Okay. I have a way to go. Okay, that's a wind gust and a half. Ah, okay. So I'll be home until Friday afternoon, I think. I will have to try to set up my Tobii eye tracker. As I understand, it started to work with MSFS 24, but I have to change some settings for it to work, or actually install another bit of software. I'll see when I get around to do that, but I will have to, because it would have been much easier to pan around using the head instead of the mouse here, at least in GA aircraft. Planned trip. No, not another wedding. Enough weddings. Planned trip this time. I think I told you about that. We'll talk. Look at the textures over here. They're so nice on this viewer aircraft. Really nice. Whoa, another wind gust and a half. Did that disconnect my autopilot? No. But that was... Those wind gusts were most probably caused by the mountains over here. Manila should be on the other side of these mountains, somewhere over there, I believe. And from there it's a straight descent, let's say to Corfu. Is that the highway? I believe it is. And that's another wind gust, throwing us all over the place. Interesting rock formation over there to our right. One degrees in Corfu right now. Yeah, just above this ridge we'll be able to descend a bit. Yes, I have them closed. Look, see here. If I open them, you can quite hear the draft. And that's not pleasant. And on the other side, of course, there is no wind. Only on my side. Yeah, fresh air at 19 degrees Celsius, I think. Somewhere along those lines. Again, this is an interesting rock formation. At the valley over there. By a high part of Greece, this region around Ioannis. There's also a city over here and an airport. And we should be turning a little bit to the right, so kind of that. After we pass the airport. In 3 miles, to be more precise. And starting now, we could actually start descending to 4,500. I think we can. So let's do it like this. What is our speed? Is 120. So altitude select should be 4,500 and vertical speed, let's go minus 500 and monitor our speed with that. I think we can reduce the throttle a little bit here. Do not overspeed this thing. Heading of 241 for 24 nautical miles. We can as well tune the Kira VOR, which is in Corfu. So 114.7, and it's 37 miles away. And on nav 2, I will actually set the okay, I will set the airport VOR, which is just to have it ready. So it's on 108.8. 108.8. change that and set a heading which is actually not you don't get that. And 15165 something like that from okay, and we'll have it ready for when we approach our destination airport. How's the speed? It is good. You can already see the sea. Yeah, over there, the distance. We'll actually overfly the ferry terminal that transports cars from the mainland to Corfu Island. I think it's the first time in MSFS 2024 that I am doing Corfu. So I'm quite curious to see how it looks. I have the Flight Tampa scenery for Corfu. It's a port, I think, from MSFS 2020 scenery, but I'm really curious to see how it looks. How's the fuel? Is it still balanced? Again, once we get, let me show you actually. Once we get to the Kerkira POR over here, we'll turn off the autopilot and do a left turn and basically go on the coast of the island, this, and then coming in land on the airport, which is over here. This is also an interesting part of the island. There are a lot of hotels over here. This the south part is also full of hotels. The western part is there are a lot less hotels here, but it's a little bit more wild, let's say, part. And the north is also full of hotels, and the mountains are in the north island. And Corfu city is actually over here near the airport. And the ferry terminal, as I mentioned, it is over here, and the other end of the ferry is over here in the north. We will overfly it when we come to land on runway 16. I wonder if you can reach Tuvalu in the PA-28. I think not, or depending from where I start. From here, from where we are right now, I guess not. Left turn. No. Once we reach Kerkira VOR, we'll take a left turn because we're coming this way. And at that point, we'll be turning left. Left, go to the south of the island, and then fly on the coast of the island. Get what I mean? there's Corfu. You can see it in the distance. So this is the mainland. Somewhere over here there's the ferry terminal, and this is Corfu, which stretches from north to south. And yeah, once we get to the VOR, which is basically in front of us over here, we'll take a left turn to the south of the island. Apparently there are some downdrafts and updrafts while we fly over these mountains, and there are some clouds over there in the distance, but fortunately we don't care about them. $20 miles to the VOR. On somewhere over here there's the highway, comes from Ioannina to the ferry terminal. I believe it's over there. We'll see if we see that. And there are very nice views once you come down these mountains. There are very nice views of the bay of the ferry terminal. We still haven't decided if we're going to Greece this year, but I don't know, maybe we'll visit Corfu once again in real life as well. We are at 4,500. I didn't notice that. Let's check over here. So let's say 5 rated, 2,200, 2,200, just like that, and 2,221.4. Give it a little bit more throttle over here. I think we can, after this ridge over here, we can also go down to 2,500. But you know what? I think we can already do that, because it looks on my... yeah, it's a safe altitude. So 2,500 and vertical speed -5. We'll clear this ridge, no problem. Of course. But I think not today. Yeah, there's the ferry terminal. I think it's right over here somewhere, but just below this ridge. I think you cannot see it. It's... let me check. No, I think it's here. I think it's actually here, and this is where the highway ends. And yeah, imagine coming down from these mountains on the highway and coming down directly near the ferry terminal. It's quite a view, I tell you. It is... how was it called? I forget. Got the name of it. Let me have a look on Google Maps. It's Igumenica, yes. Igumenica. Ferry terminal. What? Clouds? Yeah, clouds. Here's the highway. It's quite a big terminal over there. And there are two routes the ferries take. One that goes to the south of the island like this, and one that goes to the north of the island like this ish, something like that. Okay. There's 2,500 and we are 5.3 miles out from Kirapilar. And I think we can set on 108.8, so we know how far we are from the actual airport at all times. So 108.8. Yes. So we are not 13 miles from the airport at this location. It should be right over there, the airport. I think you can see the lights of the runway. Not sure, but somewhere over there, there's the airport. Okay, so mixture full reach, propeller full, and let's disconnect the autopilot and have some fun. I will try not to. So once again, this southern part of the airport, the island is around a city called city, or let's say a village called Kavos. There are a lot of hotels and nice taverns on this in this part of the island. As we'll turn around on the western part of the island, you'll see that it's a little bit more wild. And I'm very curious to see how it looks in MSFS 24, because I didn't fly it in 24. The wind is pushing us a little bit to the right. That's okay, because we actually want to go a little bit right. Yeah, so this is Kavos right over here. And that's the ferry terminal that I was telling you, that takes you to the south of the island. Yeah, a lot of wild beaches over here. Some of them you only can get to via boat. So there is no road, actual road to take you to them. Or maybe do some hiking till you get to them. And yeah, in the northern part of the island there are some, let's call them mountains, or bigger hills, let's say. We're getting a little bit battered by the wind. Yeah. But all good. Once again, I don't know how this aircraft, if it's that realistic, but I quite like it. In terms of how it handles stuff like that, I really like it. And it's free. Look, these are some more beaches. This is a more, there's even a village next to it over here. I think we stayed, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere after this mountain or hill, somewhere over there, if I'm not mistaken, last time we went there. we stay somewhere around 1,500 and 2,000. Will be good to see. Ah, and there are some boats over there. Nice. A lot of boats in this part of the island. As I told you, these most of the beaches over here are not accessible by car, only by boat and by trekking paths, let's call them. Is my nose diving that much? The trim was set. Going there where? I do not understand the question. Ah! Yeah, I went there by boat. Not by trekking, of course. We visited some of them by boat, yeah. Yeah, we stayed, I think here is where we stayed last time we went to Corfu. Exactly in this area. This one or the next bay over here, I'm not quite sure, but one of them. Some clouds over there in the distance. Okay, didn't expect that. Oh no, right here, we stayed right here. Exactly there. That's the hotel where we stayed. And it has a beautiful beach. And it's quite close to the hill over there. And let's focus a bit on the flying. Make sure nothing bad happens. Now we are almost at the middle of the island. We'll go around the northern part and then land on 1-6. Let's climb a bit just to be sure. We dropped to around 1000 feet and I think we can go to around 2000. There are some clouds gathering over here. They did say scattered in the matter. I'm just looking at the map on my other screen. Somewhere over there is Paleokastrica beach, which is also very interesting. It's like a kind of cave and not actually a beach, but it's more of a cave stuff and boulders and a lot of boulders over there. But it's a nice place where people like this sort of thing, jump from cliffs and stuff. It's interesting. Not for me though, but there are people who like that sort of thing. The wind apparently is pushing us from the left towards the land. Look, see how it's pushing us? Oh, and where was that? Where was that? Let me check the map real quick. Yeah, I just saw it. I will show you another interesting beach in Corfu, Timoni beach, which is a little bit to the Porto Timoni, yeah, which is a little bit to our north, which is very interesting and has there are basically two beaches on. You'll see what I mean. No, I'm not missing the airport. It's on the other side of the island. I know where I'm going, trust me. Okay, so somewhere over there is Porto Timoni beach, and you will see it rather soon. You see why it's so interesting? So this is the big bay. And after this big bay, if you go to the smaller one, you will see over there are basically two beaches on side of the land, let's call it. So this is water over here, this is water over here, and there are two beaches, 1 and 2. Try to get a little bit closer. And it's very nice in real life. In the sim it doesn't look like they modeled it quite perfectly, but get the idea. Over there, it two beaches, 1 and 2 on the other side. They're separated by the, I don't know, something like a no, 40 meters, 20 meters of land. Very nice over there. And let's try not to hit that bit of a mountain over there. Oh, whoa, whoa. And now let us continue our climb a little bit. That would be great. If you can look in the back, yeah, over there. Very interesting, very nice. Now we are kind of on the northern part of the island. That what you see over there is Albania. Very close to Albania. The Corfu Island. And the next town over there, I think it is Sidari. Is also an interesting location where you can stay. A lot of hotels, a lot of tavernas, let's call them, Greek taverns. I do not quite understand what are those over there, but we'll see. We'll get a little bit closer. Oh, those are... Ah, okay, I understand. Those are rocks or something in the water that are casting a shadow. Okay. Not quite realistic, I think, but I get it. You can also see here where the airport is on the map. So there are rocks in the water or something like that, yeah. They're casting a strange shadow. I thought there were banners or something like that. Apparently not. Yeah, so this is Sidari town. We'll follow the coast now towards Cassiope and Kalami. So Cassiope should be around here somewhere, and Kalami should be here somewhere. can climb a little bit now, just to be on the safe side with those mountains over there. 2000 feet is a good altitude for this. These are also nice beaches over here, this part of the island. I feel like the wind is blowing very hard over here. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling. Yeah, as I mentioned, this what you see over here is Albania, not Greece, it's Albania. It is very close. So I don't know, it felt like it was pushing us a little bit, but maybe not. This or no, no, I think I'm confusing with something else. No. This is quite a somewhere around here. It's quite a bit of narrow canal, let's call it, and sometimes the wind, you feel the winds over there. The winds are stronger. Those kinds of narrow narrow, I don't know how to call them, narrow canals between land. It's not actually a canal, but you know what I mean. You understand what I mean, I hope. Okay, so next would be Cassiope, which is here, I believe. And we'll be turning left in quite a bit. This coast road is very nice. Drive along it. This over here. Yeah, we can turn right now. And we will follow the coast as we get closer to the destination airport. Let's slow down also a bit. This part of the island is more populated. There are a lot more towns and cities and villages on this part. And the airport should be somewhere around there, if I'm not mistaken, near the sea. Or not, the city, I think it's over there. We'll see when we get closer. Let's slow down a bit more. There's the wind. There's the wind. Oh no, there's the airport. Okay, I see it now, and there's the city. But I'll stay on the coast for a little bit more. We are 7 miles from the airport. Lot of nice beaches. I think family kind of beaches. They are very shallow. The water is very shallow near those beaches on this part of the island. Okay, let's stay at 1000 now. And try a straight in landing. Where's the airport? Over there. Okay, so you know I mentioned that the ferry terminal is over here. You can see the boats, the big boats over there, big cruise boats. And now that you've seen this part, I think we can start aligning with the runway. And I think we can take flaps 1 as well. To slow us down a bit. Do you have tutorials on how to make a plane for MSFS? No, I don't do that. We are not doing... I never developed a plane for MSFS. But I think there are. You can find some online. Okay, so where's the airport? There's the airport, right? And the Citadel, where is the Citadel? The Citadel is over there. Over there. But let's try to concentrate on this landing. We'll keep it at 1000. Yeah, I understand, look, but we never created an aircraft. Don't develop. You can find tutorials or stuff on the web. Just Google and you'll find them. Okay, so let's take another notch of flaps and reduce the speed a little bit more and try to descend. Try to align first, actually. Oh, and the ships are moving. Nice, 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 nice. The ferries are just leaving port. Haha. Very nice. I didn't know they actually moved. Did they add this in the last couple of updates or? But that's very nice with the ship parking. So this is the big city in Corfu, Corfu town, I think it's called. Let's see how I destroyed the landing. So let me do the checklist real quick. Seat backs, fasten seat belts, fuel on proper tank, electric fuel pump, pump, and it should be set on the left, and I think we're good to go. A little bit high. And I'm not properly aligned with it, but okay. We have enough time. The slow aircraft. We'll backtrack once we landed and go to our left. As you can see, the airport parking spaces are on our left. I'm still high apparently. And there's the wind going from... Let's descend now. There's enough highway. No, highway, runway, sorry. For us to land there. And there it is. Big stutter, of course, but that was a nice one. Brake and turn around over here. And let's find us a parking spot. I think somewhere over here is good. Yeah, so welcome to Corfu, guys. We'll stay for a few days here. Enjoy some beach and some beaches and some beer and some gyros and stuff like that. Of course, in this timeline, because in the other timeline we may be doing another stream tonight with an APL career. We'll see if I have enough time. We'll do it. If not, tomorrow or the day after. Okay, let's park over here on parking stand number 2. We'll just cross the road. And parking brake. Oh, I forgot the flaps, of course. And of course I forgot the landing light, which is okay. Nobody saw that. So parking brake is set, avionics are off now. Propeller can be set to full throttle, idle, and mixture can be cut. Okay, magnetos off, alternator off, lights off, and master switch to off. And let's get out. Nice, they even added the crackling sounds when the engine cools down. And look, there it has some mud on it or something, dirt. Nice aircraft. So yeah, as a conclusion, the PA-28, the Dakota, the freeware aircraft for MSFS 2024. I think you have to pay for it if you don't have 2024 and you only have 2020. It's very nice aircraft. I like it a lot, and I'll be using it on my GA flights. And yes, this is Corfu Airport from Flight Tampa. Yeah, so guys, hope you enjoyed the stream, the quick stream today, this morning. I may do another one, as I mentioned, later in the evening. Until then, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to be notified when I stream again. And yeah, talk soon. Bye bye.